Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Mark Causey here from Black Cat Comics in Rockin' Milpitas. Every Wednesday is New Comic Day, and I like to give you some great reasons to go to black-cat-comics.com and pick up something fun to read. This week is packed with stuff that's fun to read, because that's what comics are. Gonna start with the Marvel guys. Got a lot of King in Black to talk about. This is King in Black, Black Knight, #1. Good to see my man Dane Whitman coming back to comics. A little bit of buzz about this guy and his inevitable introduction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Long time character. Goes all the way back to the 1950s, pre-Marvel. Anyway, love me some Black Knight, and a lot of King in Black to talk about, like that one. Like Gwenom versus Carnage. Everybody loving Spider-Gwen, and doesn't have an active title other than this one right now. Marauders, one of your X-Book King in Black stuff. And King in Black, Return of the Valkyries. The Valkyrie is another character that's been getting a lot of buzz as she rolls into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And of course, Venom, #33. Your, well, probably secondary King in Black book to the main title. This is, of course, another one of Marvel's big events. I'm always saying that you don't have to follow all the different titles to get the idea. If you're just reading Venom, that's great. If you're just reading King in Black, that's great. But if you're liking that stuff, which seems like most people are, I always encourage folks to try those first issues of the side books, and if it grabs you, great. If it doesn't, then you can go ahead and pass on that. But lots of King in Black stuff this week, and that's always fun. Star Wars, #11. One of my favorite books. Always encouraging you guys to check out the wide range of Star Wars books that Marvel's doing these days, like this one, Dr. Aphra, Darth Vader, Star Wars Bounty Hunters, or Star Wars High Republic #2. It's one of the biggest books out there. #1 just totally disappeared. Even the second printing is already gone, waiting on the third printing to #1. So if you missed out on that one, pick up #2 before it's gone and wait around for that third printing of the first issue. Like I say, Marvel's just doing a bang-up job with all this Star Wars stuff. If you're a Star Wars fan like I am, or just a sci-fi fan in general, good time to check out some of that stuff. Hellions and X Factor are your X books of the week. Another thing I've been encouraging everybody to jump in on. There's lots and lots of great X books out there. Last week was like 3 or 4 of some of the core ones. This week Hellions is really popular. X Factor is really popular. They all have, you know, different characters, different art styles. So take a look at all the different X stuff. There's most likely a book out there that you would think was awesome. Speaking of awesome, Avengers #42. Everybody knows this is my favoriteest book of all time and is just really solid right now. Lots of great characters, lots of cosmic apocalyptic goodness going on, tying in a little bit to X-Men lore and a lot of Phoenix stuff going on in this one. Read more about it in the newsletter. Make sure you check out the Black History Month cover with Blade, because that's awesome. Speaking of awesome, Immortal Hulk, another one of my favorite books. A book I mention all the time, mostly because it's worth it just for those Alex Ross covers. But if you love a little horror mixed into your superhero stuff, this is definitely the title for you. Been loving this book since issue #1. Pick up the first trade paperback and you'll see what I'm always talking about. Strange Academy gets another issue. Yes, I know you got one last week, but you get this one this week as well, because you can't get enough Doctor Strange. Legend of Shang-Chi. Your second Master of Kung Fu book rolling out, because again, a lot of buzz around this character and his launch into the MCU. And last but not least from the Marvel guys is another facsimile issue. This is your facsimile edition of Amazing Spider-Man #101, the first appearance of Morbius. Yet another Marvel character that you're hearing a lot about because he's got a movie rolling out. What's a facsimile edition? Means you get the original ads, the original letters pages, all. It's basically an identical reprint of the original book, and that's tons of fun. This one is all-time classic. They do these facsimile books of ones that will really set you back a few bucks if you buy the originals, so it's fun to get a brand new mint condition copy of some of those old classics. Don't let that one get by you, because Morbius is awesome. Another great week for the DC guys. Let's talk some Future State. Future State Flash, #2, Harley Quinn, #2, big hit, no surprise to anyone. Next Batman, I think that's Next Batman #3. Superman of Metropolis. You know I love everything Superman. Future State Swamp Thing. Always awesome to see Swamp Thing back in the title. And Future State Wonder Woman. Much like Harley Quinn, no surprise that this is one of the bigger hits of the whole thing. Everybody's digging this Future State stuff. Gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised with a whole lot of it. Like any big event, there's hits and misses. But generally speaking, it's been really solid. So if any of this, if you like the art styles, if you like the characters, feel free to check them out. As I've been saying, there's only like 2 issues. Some of these are wrapping up this week. Next Batman will only run like 1 or 2 more. And it's been really fun. Great art, great stories, new characters. Breath of fresh air through all the DC stuff. And like I say, it's all starting to wrap up, so feel free to dive into any of that. Man-Bat #1, a new mini showing that there's stuff going on from DC besides the Future State stuff. And a couple of black labels. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Haven't seen one of these for a while, so it's fun to get another issue of that one. And Hellblazer Rise and Fall. #3 of 3, your last issue of that one. Everybody's digging this black label stuff. Nice big oversized chunky books. More room for the art. And $6.99 is a pretty good price to pay for a big magazine style comic. Great week for the DC guys. Pretty small week for the indies, but a lot of fun stuff to check out. Fear Case #1 is your Dark Horse book of the week, because I like to show you guys that Dark Horse does a whole lot more than their licensed property stuff. They do all kinds of cool creator-owned projects as well. Jump into that first issue because that's always fun. Deep Beyond is your first issue Gotta Have It image book of the week, because there's always a first issue Gotta Have It image book of the week. Always encouraging guys to grab these before they go to 9th printing, and the first printing costs you $100. Cool sci-fi book there. Dynamite is your Dynamite book of the week. This is your Valentine's special. Dynamite always likes to do cool Valentine's specials, and I like to highlight this Dynamite book like last week because it's got all their great characters in it. Vampirella, Deja Thoris, Red Sonja, the Project Superpowers characters, and they're all zombified, and everybody loves zombie books these days, so that's lots of fun. Just a one-shot. If you dig that one, then it will encourage you to check out the main book. Transformers Beast Wars is your IDW book of the week, another first issue to jump into. Quite a lot of first issues this week, so you can try out something new, fun, and exciting. Always talking up the great job IDW does with all their 80s stuff, like Transformers and Turtles and G.I. Joe. And who doesn't love mashups like Transformers and Beast Wars? That's just good fun. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Your Boom Studios book of the week. I love me some Whedonverse. Been talking up Buffy and Angel and Firefly. He took his all of his Whedon goodness over to Boom Studios and has been doing an excellent job with all of that. And more first issues. So, been talking up a lot of AWA. AWA is somewhat of a new publisher with some top talent cranking out some great stuff. Redemption is a new first issue from them. Always encouraging folks to try something new, a new publisher, a new creator, new writer, artist, character, whatever have you. And AWA, like I say, has been cranking out some first-rate stuff. So grab this first issue and you can see a little bit of what they do as a publisher. Or Maniac of New York from Aftershock, another A-titled publisher, somewhat new. They've been around for a few years now. I've been talking up a lot of Aftershock. Always saying, encouraging folks to branch away from Marvel, DC. If you're looking for something not superhero, something a little different from the usual thing, here's another first issue for you to try out and see what Aftershock does. And last but not least is Marvel Action Origins #1. Been talking up the mashups, and this is Marvel Comics and IDW. IDW doing Marvel's All Ages line, with Origin and Chillers and Spider-Man and Avengers, Captain Marvel. They do Star Wars Adventures and all kinds of great stuff. Got a younger reader in your life, or if you're just looking for something a little lighter, a little more fun, check out some Marvel Action, because that's tons of fun. Lots of great books this week, so check the shipping list. Go to black-cat-comics.com, click on Shop, click on New This Week, and take a look at all the books. Want to mention that it's February. Our publisher sales are kicking off. This weekend, it's everything Marvel, 25% off. No password, code word needed. Just go to black-cat-comics.com, Saturday, Sunday. Pick up comics, trades, toys, t-shirts, anything Marvel Marvel 25% off, which is really awesome. Got different publishers on sale every weekend. Check the events page at black-cat-comics.com or check out the newsletter for all the info and take advantage of that. That's all we got for you for this week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.